All right, ladies and gentlemen, Melina's gonna do a show. All these shows, all are they're gonna be about vlogs, kind of thing, and like little kind of mentorship kind of videos. I'm gonna do sort of like motivational speeches, kind of thing. So I'm gonna do a lot of those for you guys. Um, Now, the one thing that I really want to focus on is I'm doing kind of like talking about you guys, the fans. And I'm gonna in this video I'm gonna talk about tips to making your videos and your YouTube channel very, very good. Now, I want to make sure you guys know that my channel is good for a reason, and that's what I do to make it good. I do a lot of things to make it good. So I want you guys to get into that and know what I do so that you guys are like can do the same thing, right? Now, it might seem backhanded, it might seem totally not appropriate. It might seem that I don't do this to get a good YouTube channel because it would seem like you'd have to do a lot of other things to get a good YouTube channel. And I'm always honest. I'm never going to lie. So I'm always going to be honest. So this is something that's it's kind of seems backhanded, but it kind of seems obvious as well. And not backhanded in sort of like a betrayal kind of way, but backhanded in sort of like a way where it's reversed, or kind of like you wouldn't think this is the way to do it. So the way that I came up with a good channel was by living life and doing a lot of other things, and earning my money and doing kind of like getting university degrees and doing different things that you would think would not be part of it. Um, but when you have the money to get better quality equipment, better quality outfits, um, when you have the money, I don't have very much money, but I mean, in terms of like getting a better quality show, I give it my all, and I do a really good job. I pick outfits that are really nice. I pick things that are really good. I have good taste and all that. But I make sure I have everything I need. Um, I have everything I need. Like maybe if I need new equipment or new something or other, I always make sure I do have that ready. Now, it seems to me that the more you invest in your channel, so it's not really earning more. Like earning more is obviously the best thing. If you can earn more by getting an education or doing something else, really honestly, an education is really helpful. Even if you don't use it to get a better job, you are a lot better at coming up with better ideas on YouTube and coming up with better ideas. So it really does help. Like people that are experts on YouTube usually have some kind of, well, you can't say they all have education because not everybody has an education, and some people do very, very well without an education, but it really, really helps you. You become more more focused on things that take a lot more brain power and just sort of like, I don't know. It's just really good. I'm so glad I have degrees. I'm so glad I have education. I have 2 degrees, so for me it's really nice. I'm really glad about that because if I didn't, I would be kind of like not sure what angle I'd want to do, or I come up with a lot of great topics and great things because I learned a lot. I know a lot. I do a lot of things. I've done a lot, and the more experiences you have, the better, right? Okay, so that's even when you have a YouTube channel, the more experiences you have, the better. I may still keep my jobs, even if I'm a rich billionaire. I might still keep my jobs that I do outside of YouTube because I think I would actually, because I always talk about that I do, but because if you do, you learn about routines. There's things that come up in work that maybe you wouldn't even think of, or you're not in touch with if you weren't there, right? It's nice to have a place to go to where you're learning about current events in some sense. Like if something major happens in the world and you work in a place where that affects your workplace, then you're in touch with that. But if you kind of, I mean, you can watch the news and everything, but news is so jaded and so like sometimes it's too much, right? So I watch the news, of course, but I mean, when you're doing things like coming up with like, yeah, so when you're going to work, you get into things more, like you're learning about different current events, you're learning about different procedures. You're actually on your toes, and they expect you to do a good job. They expect you to be quick, so it's kind of helpful for to do that, because then if you're expected to be quick and you've got demands, if you were just doing your YouTube channel and you were just kind of like not doing anything else, and then all of a sudden you got lazy and you started eating more and you didn't really have any purpose or anything, or you weren't scheduled to do anything, then you kind of would be lost, right? That's not for everybody. Some people can do the celebrity thing and do it very, very well, and they don't need to worry about how much how much they're doing other than celebrity stuff. Like they can focus on doing celebrity stuff. Like for some people, being in interviews, doing business with like certain businesses and everything, owning businesses and all that. That might be good for some people because they're kind of like they're okay with that. They don't need something to distract them or something to give them that edge to know what's going on in the world. They're okay with that. They read or they do whatever, and they don't really have any qualms about having no knowledge of what's going on, right? Or they're so they know where to look for resources and everything like that. But if you're someone that likes to do, and you like, I love I'm a do kind of person. So because I'm a do kind of person, I do like to have that kind of that kind of thing going, because then I can just be like, oh well, I know that at my work they said this was happening, so I'm like, now I'm on top of it. I know that that's an issue, and that's important, and that I haven't lost touch with what's going on with not regular people, because some regular people are going to be stars, but like when you go to work, you got regular things happening, and you fit into the regular world, and you're not out of touch with all that. And for some people, celebrity is all they want, and they can do that, and they're not concerned about whether they're going to lose touch with what's going on, or they're not worried about what anything like that, they're going to miss out on anything, or they'll I may change my mind, but I mean, right now I do like going to work. I do like the whole prospect of going to work and just um, being someone that has something to do, and just sort of like knowing, you get training, and then you're like, oh well, you're learning something new, and it's kind of different, and you wouldn't normally be in that situation. Like, training is not something you do on your own, or learning isn't something you do on your own. I think for a lot of people, being a celebrity full time is ideal, and they don't mind. They're not concerned about being out of touch with anything or anything like that. But for me, if I was just a celebrity, or I was just doing YouTube, or just doing creative social media stuff, I mean, I might be good at it. But I think having a job really helps. Like, being in touch with what's going on, and just focusing on having a routine other than your videos. Because as you can tell, I make a lot of videos, right? And I still do that, even though I am working. So I think because I work, I think it really helps to see different things, and different kind of, well, you know what I mean. I think I've talked about it ad nauseum. I think I've repeated myself several times, but like, I think for me, like, I really need that kind of like, what's going on, and I mean, because no one no one really tells you what's happening. You need to learn from other people, and sometimes when you ask people, they may not know, or they're kind of misguided. So instead of asking people, you kind of get lost in the shuffle, right? But if you have a job where people are going to be, people have to be honest. They're not going to be like, or there's an event going on, your workplace is going to be the first to know about it, right? So it is something that I really like. I think it's something I'm going to always do. I might be really famous and rich and work as a car salesperson, as Marco. So I mean, it seems odd to some people that you would do a job still, even though you're really rich, and you have a good career on those things. But I think it's good. I think it's really good for me anyway. I don't know what you guys feel, but anyway, thank you so much. Bye now.